Why it takes you so long to get a fish in the boat. You take sometimes 10 minutes to get a 4-pound bass in the boat. You lead him around like a dog. Hey, why do you do that?
Well, Ray, it gives you, you can show your sponsors off a little longer for one thing.
Yeah, you're right. It does show your sponsors off.
I had one today. It took me about 15 minutes to get in.
Did it really? What was that? Was it a bass?
Yeah, it was a bass.
What do you mean 15 minutes?
Well, I reached down to get this fish. He was one of the better fish I caught. And I reached out a little bit too far.
Me.
I fell in the lake, is what I mean.
Thank gosh nobody was there to see it.
The Bassmaster Superstars are playing Peoria again. SuperStars 95. The third time the all-time greats of the BASS tournament trail have tackled the challenge of the Illinois River. The third time's not always a charm. Today, you're going to see what happens when record flood conditions scattered the bass far and wide. How the pros put together a winning game plan in a mission impossible situation. Our Bassmasters cameras take you into a flooded grain field where Jay Ellis reveals how to find a needle in a haystack, the key area where bass migrate when a river goes out of banks. You'll learn firsthand why a simple change in the size of spinnerbait blades can make a difference in getting more strikes. There's a little trick to what world champion David Fritz is doing to improve his chances to boat a 5-bass daily limit. But now, don't get the wrong idea. It's not swimming at your own risk. Oh, nice dive, David. With the best pros in the business going rod to rod, there's plenty of exciting tournament action, as well as Ray Scott's Bassmaster Casting Kid of the Week. Stay tuned. The Bassmasters are playing for pay in Peoria, the Superstar City. SuperStars 95, a special all-star tournament. The gathering of past and present angling greats on the Bass Angler Sportsman Society's tournament trail. 30 of the best. To be invited, a pro must have achieved either a Bassmasters Classic World Championship, claimed a Bass Angler of the Year title, or rank among the all-time BASS money winners. The time is early June, normally a prime time for bass fishing on the Illinois River. However, Mother Nature has played a dirty trick. Floodwaters push the river out of banks, spreading 5 miles wide in some areas. Until yesterday, the U.S. Coast Guard had closed the river south of Peoria to all boating. But this morning, the ban has been lifted, and the Superstars can fish downriver over 75 miles to the LaGrange Lock and Dam, or head north some 58 miles to above the Starved Rock Lock. The two previous Superstars here were won by Denny Brower in 1993 and O.T. Fears the following June. They both fished the southern limits of the tournament waters. However, today, most of the anglers are opting to fish north of the Peoria launch point. That's where access to backwater duck ponds provides some of the best-looking areas to find largemouth bass in the late spawn or post-spawn season. And it's where 1992 Angler of the Year Kevin Van Dam scores quickly with a spinnerbait. Kevin's collected a bonus-size Illinois river bass. Largemouth over 3 pounds are above average. Under these conditions, a 5-bass limit over 10 pounds will be prized. O.T. Fears of Oklahoma won last year with 31 pounds, 9 ounces. And the year before, Missouri's Denny Brower pocketed the first-place $50,000 with 28 pounds, 14 ounces. But with only 1 day of practice, the Superstars must have located a key fish-holding area, figured out a lure presentation pattern, and determined if there's enough fish on hand to win the tournament. As 1974 Classic champion Tommy Martin of Texas explains why he headed north.
If the water's clear, and also that the water is somewhat lower up here, it makes it where you can get to the bank And it seems just critical to be able to get to the bank. If you can't get to the bank when these river systems flood like this, you just can't hardly catch any bass. You've got to be able to put your bait right near the bank because that's where the bass are going to be.